Hi! In this 3-part series, you will learn how to animate a voxel-style model. First, I'll show you how to set up your voxel model in Blender so that it's ready to be rigged. Then, we'll move on to the actual rigging. Finally, I'll show you how to animate your model using the dope sheet and the NLA editor. I assume that the viewer has basic knowledge of Blender's interface, commands and features. In any case, you can see all my mouse clicks and key presses here. If you have any questions or run into any problems, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you ASAP. I've created this character in Magica Voxel. Let's import him into Blender 2.91. If you don't know how to export a model from Magica Voxel and import it into Blender, I have an entire video on the subject. Be sure to check it out. Shift and left click on a cube to make it the active object and then press Ctrl+J to join them all together. Go into edit mode, press M to bring up the merge menu and then select by distance. This will get rid of all double vertices. Let's bring our model's origin between his feet. First, select two inner vertices in the middle. Then, press Shift S to bring up the Move menu. Press 2 to bring the cursor right between the selected vertices. Press Tab to go into object mode. Right-click on your object and go to Set Origin, Origin to 3D Cursor. Press Shift S again. This time, press 1 to move the cursor back to the world origin. With your object selected, press Shift S once more. Press 8 to bring the model to the world origin. Scale the model down to a reasonable size. Time to work on materials. As you can see, our model has retained his colors, but we need to enable nodes to be able to properly manipulate its materials. The problem is that when we enable nodes, we lose the color information. So before clicking on the Use Nodes button, be sure to copy the color hex code first. I like to make my voxel models look like they're made out of plastic. For that reason, I'm going to paste the color code onto the subsurface color value instead of the base color one. I will then turn the subsurface value all the way up and increase the subsurface radius up to 3.5. I will also turn the roughness value all the way up. Of course, if you don't like that look, you can simply paste the color code onto the base color. Repeat the exact same process for all materials except for the glasses and their frames. For the glasses, I will paste the color onto the base color and then I will bring the roughness all the way down. For the frames, I will use the base color as well, but this time I'll bring metallic all the way up. Finally, it would be a great idea to rename all materials accordingly. It seems like we're done, but upon closer inspection, you will notice a bunch of white dotted lines coming down the sides. These are due to unnecessary internal geometry. As you can see in X-ray mode, our model has a ton of vertices inside that we need to get rid of. I'm afraid the only way I found to do this is rather tedious. But it must be done, so... First, with the model selected, go into edit mode. Make sure that all vertices are selected by pressing A. Make sure that X-ray mode is off. Press C to enable circle select and sweep the cursor over your model while holding the middle mouse button down. It is very important that you unselect all visible vertices. If not, you will end up with holes in your model. So be sure to check into every nook and cranny. After you're done, press X and then select vertices. The white lines have disappeared. One last step before we move on to rigging. With the model selected in object mode, press Ctrl+A to bring up the Apply menu. Select All Transform. That was it. Now we're ready to rig our model. If you found this video helpful, please consider LCSSing. In the next video, I'll show you how to rig the model that we just set up. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.